Alright, family, welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Let's get right into the topic. No delay. One of my subscribers said, please do a story on this, or at least look up and talk about the Madeleine Soto case. Man, listen, nothing could have prepared me for what I found. Alright, let's talk about it. Madeleine Soto, 13 years old, allegedly shared the same bed with her mother's boyfriend, whom her mama told the police would get into the bed with her to snuggle her. You see, some of these parents, right? They're super complicit. I've seen too many cases where the mothers actually know what it is their perverted ass boyfriend or husband is doing to the child, and they don't say anything. They just let it go on. Desperation. Maybe she can't pay all the bills by herself and he is the breadwinner, or he pays half of the bills and she's going to lose that other half. She's going to have to figure out how the bills are going to be paid. Sometimes it's about she being so close to him and so in love with him, as she would tell herself. I don't know how you could be in love with somebody who wants to get at your minor child, and they allow it to happen. If you talk to a lot of grown women out here, they'll tell you the same situation. Things like this happened to them in their childhood. Some of them told it to their mothers. Their mom told them different things like, stop lying, or you're probably going to have to leave this house and go live with your auntie or your daddy or your grandmother because I don't want you taking away my man. Or, it gets twisted and more twisted. I always put the message out to especially single moms who are looking for a partner. Shout out to the ones who were with the father of their children, and for somehow that relationship did not work out. They just never took another man into their house until they were finished raising their children. That's a lot of sacrifice. Some women out here apparently can't do without a man. So they forego the importance of their children's safety, and they bring somebody into the house, again, whether it's to help pay with the bills, to snuggle in bed at night, to have a warm body next to them, companionship, whatever the case may be. The children end up suffering in the end. Shout out to people. Madeleine Soto's disappearance in February of 2024 preceded murder charges being filed against her mother's boyfriend. She disappeared. Murder charges came later against her mother's boyfriend. And the mother allegedly allowed her 13-year-old daughter to share her bed with that same man for years. Now, I'm saying she's only 13 at the time of disappearance. So if she was sharing bed with this man for years, you do the math. Madeleine was reported missing on February 26th in Kissimmee, Florida. I live in the state of Florida. And her mother's boyfriend, Steven Stearns, 37 years old, he was arrested a few days later on some unrelated charges. Possession of child abuse material. Child abuse material. The Orange County Sheriff Office said at the time of his arrest. He is now charged with murder in connection with the little girl's death. So the investigation uncovered photos and videos of Stearns on his phone of him, a child. I'm going to use S.A. You figure out what S.A.ing a child means, right? This is what West News reported, WFLA reported, Fox 35 reported. Pretty much all the news media entities out of Florida reported this story at the time, citing a arrest affidavit. This is what it said in the arrest affidavit. Court papers, not made up. So in an interview that took place hours before her body, Madeleine's body, was found on March 1st, her mother, Jennifer Soto, told Orange County officers about the child's relationship with her own boyfriend, Stearns, the 37-year-old, and she described the overall dynamics inside the household. And this was according to an interview clip that was shared by Click2Orlando. You could go to Click2Orlando, watch a clip of the interview. When when they get you in that room and you start to talk, man, oh man. So during the interview with the Orange County officer, Jennifer, the mother, is seen on video saying that her daughter and Stern, which is the mother's boyfriend, they often slept in the same bed at nights. And that on many of these occasions, Stern, her boyfriend, would allegedly be in his boxers. Jennifer, the mother, alleges in the video also that sometimes she would wake up in the morning to see her boyfriend snuggling her daughter, like they were a couple. When the officers asked her if she ever thought that that was weird, she said no. Could you believe this? You, a woman that brought a man into your house with your little daughter, and for some reason he's not sleeping in your bed. He ends up sleeping in your daughter's bed. And he's snuggling with your daughter in his boxers when you wake up in the morning. And you don't think there's anything wrong with that. Madeline, the missing 13-year-old, she would be in the nook of his arm, is how the mother described it. That's what she said in the interview. During which she broke down crying several times. You know why she broke down crying several times? She broke down crying several times because she knew that it was wrong. From the first time it happened, she knew it was wrong. She also knew that this man was after her child, and he was more into her child than he was into her. She also knows that she is the one who was responsible for what happened to her daughter at the hands of this man that she brought into her house. So she spoke to the investigators more than once. And during a previous exchange, she had been made aware that her boyfriend, Stearns, allegedly had these SA materials on his phone, including images of him doing things to her daughter, Madeline, SA-ing Madeline. He would do it, film it to his phone, keep them for himself, his own gratification. The police found those on his phone. So they made the mama aware. Were you aware that these things are on your man's phone? You know? So at one point in the interview, when officers told her that her distress appears sincere to him, the mother said that she had been SA'd. She had been oblivious about the SA that was happening to her daughter. She had no idea, which the police says dates back as far as 2020. Now I ask y'all to do the math, family. I ain't been out of school too long, but my math ain't too good. Still, I think this is simple math. It's 2024. She's 13 at the time of disappearance. The police said this allegedly has been going on since about back in 2020, based on what they have found on his phone, because he kept the same phone. If you look at that, she was a baby. She was a baby when she went missing. She was a baby when it all started. Thanks to her mama, who still thinks to this day, I don't have anything to do with anything and I didn't know. My man just never been in my bed, you know. He sleeps in my daughter's bed and cuddles her in his boxers. In April of 2024, her boyfriend, Stearns, he was charged with murder in connection with Madeline's death. The news media house People previously reported, citing Osceola County court records, a supplemental report was released by the sheriff's office, stated that a medical examiner determined that she died from being strangled to death. This was also reported on Fox 35, on Orlando, Fox 35 Orlando, West News, and on Click Orlando. Online court records do not indicate whether Stern had pleaded to the murder charges yet. Did he plead guilty? We don't know yet. He has pleaded not guilty to 60 counts of SA charges, and that was printed in the Osceola News Gazette. Y'all could go read up on all that. Now, as far as his court case goes, it's about to go down. A date has been scheduled where he will stand before a judge and he will hear his faith. Now, if I were them, I would definitely charge the mother as well as her boyfriend. But it says the police has no plans to file charges against her, the mother of Madeline Soto, who was 13 years old when her body was discovered in rural Osceola County earlier this year. Now, you gotta wonder how the law works, right? And how we're supposed to be here to protect and to serve, especially to protect juveniles. This poor child never stood a chance. And her mama was complicit to everything that was happening to her. And yet, they said they have no plans to charge her. Sources told Channel 9's Shannon Butler that Jennifer Soto has done nothing criminal so far, so she will not face charges. Man, listen. How can she not have done anything criminal so far? How can she not have done anything criminal so far? She told the police that he slept not in the same room, but in her daughter's bed. And she would wake up to him in his boxers and her daughter in the nook of his arms. He was cuddling her. She don't know what the hell happened throughout the night. And she's not guilty of anything? This is super, super weird. Matter of fact, in the state of Florida, they usually are hardlined on people like this, chomos. So I don't know how he's getting away with this. I don't know how they're coming down so lightly on him. But something's not right. Tell me in the comment section if you think that the mother needs to be charged as well. Now, the latest up-to-date that I have on this is that a trial date has been set for Stearns. And it says that the trial date has been set for the man who is accused of killing Madeline Soto, the 13-year-old who was reported missing on February 26th of 2024. And law enforcement later found her body on March 1st in the woods along Hickory Tree Road. Her mother's boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, was arrested originally on charges of SA and child porn, the rest of that word, and then he was later charged with first-degree murder. During a pre-trial hearing, Osceola County judge scheduled February 24th of 2025 trial date for the case to begin in his child SA case, and September 22nd of 2025 for his homicide case. So he'll be in front of the judge sometime soon to face what he did. And I wish I could say, I wish they could give him the death penalty. I hope he gets the death penalty. State of Florida just made it so that a majority is not required to give you the death penalty. This is why rapper YNW Melly is also risking having a death penalty, but he's a whole different case, right? But I'm just giving you an example. So in a time gone by in the state of Florida, you needed 12 jurors to say death penalty. This is after guilty or innocent. If they find you guilty, they will then also vote on death penalty or life in prison before the judge sentences. Now, if the judge says death penalty and the 12 says yes, you're going to the death penalty. In this case, they've changed it in the state of Florida. They only need 8 people now. So 8 of the 12 is good to go. And in his case, I think it's going to be very easy to get the 8 of the 12. And I hope to God that they do. Do you think that the mother should be held equally responsible for what happened to this young girl? It is also said that they're suspected that she was pregnant, and that's why he did what he did. I don't know how true that is. Haven't found any material to back that up yet. But this is a sad situation. Let me end this video by saying this. If you know or suspect of any case where a minor is being SA'd or touched on or any suspicious activity, please do not hesitate to call Child Protective Services in the state or the location that you're in. And please do not wait to go speak to law enforcement. Just grab your local nearest police officer and they'll take it from there. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep these children safe. Rest in peace to poor little Madeline, because her mama failed her and everybody else seems to have failed her. I'm out. Peace.